Music Mondays, Marc Anthony, the reigning king of salsa, and this week's Artist of the Week. Marc Anthony is a man whose music transcends time and immerses all ethnicities into one sound, the unbelievably vibrant sound of a king. As I was headed into this week's choice for Music Mondays, I only had one thing clear, and that was I had absolutely no idea who I wanted to be featured, but I knew I wanted a Spanish music artist. As of late in America, our Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters have been getting blackballed by the American heads of state. It seems that, as America has done to several of her minority cultures throughout history, she has forgotten the great benefits and cultural influence Latinos have had on this country. What would America be without authentic Mexican food? I despise Tex-Mex. Abnormally beautiful and enthusiastically family-oriented Puerto Rican women, souped-up lowriders and Fast and Furious-style cars, lively colors that seem to be too much and just enough all at the same time, and a language that is the second most prevalent in this country and the world. The Latin culture is one of the greatest cultural gifts that this young nation has ever received, filled with historical treasures, palatable mounds of gold, and the sound, oh yes, the ever immersive sound of Spanish music. Yet, out of all the cultural jewels the Latin culture has given us, my personal favorite is the reigning king of salsa, Marc Anthony. Marc Anthony stole my heart right from Enrique Iglesias. As most women in their early 30s will agree, Enrique Iglesias gave me my first and real interest in the Spanish sound. He's handsome, he spoke English in a way that I could clearly understand, and he made music that was always vulnerable and emotional. For any girl in her early 20s, he was absolutely dreamy. He brought the American fairy tale of Prince Charming into reality with a Spanish flair. Yet as we grow from girls into women and life shows us its sometimes ugly reality, we go away from the prince and look more towards a realistic truth in life and in men. There's no such thing as a Prince Charming, but in real life there is such thing as a king. Who wants to be princess anymore when the role of queen is right in front of you? As I grew as a woman, I outgrew Enrique Iglesias. I wanted something more authentic, sturdy, long-lasting, ruggedly handsome for my Latin crush. I was ready for a king. As luck, life, fate, God would have it, I was flipping through channels one day and I saw the title El Cantante. Normally I would just breeze by a title I couldn't readily understand, but like I said, I'm growing and seeking to add more to my multicultural Rolodex at this time. So I hit the info button and saw the names j.lo, Marc Anthony, and Hector Lavoe. Also at this point in my life, I'm a huge fan of and gawker at the goddess of dance, j.lo, so I didn't have to read any further to definitively decide that I was going to watch this movie. As I get into the movie, I'm instantly like, wow, I just stumbled across a classic. This movie has everything that I love in a movie in it. A musical vibe, based on a true story theme, and beautiful people playing real life pain. I was so happy it was in English. At this point, I of course had heard of Marc Anthony and his success in the Spanish music industry, but his songs were mostly in Spanish, which I don't speak past 2 introductory sentences, so I could never really follow what I couldn't understand. His small frame, beautiful hair, strong facial features, seasoned veteran body language, and charismatic dance style made me go, he's awkwardly sexy, I think. But in one moment, the indecisive feeling I had about his appeal skyrocketed to a decisive, oh yeah, he's super sexy. In the movie, Marc Anthony plays salsa legend and the previous reigning king of salsa, Hector Lavoe, which I didn't know until this movie. There's a scene in the movie where Marc Anthony sings one of Hector Lavoe's epic songs, Agua Nile. But he didn't just sing the song, he belted this bad boy out. I mean, as an African American person, we have an innate skill of knowing when someone can truly blow. We've been hearing it from churches to the Underground Railroad since the beginning of time. As the song starts, it's such a dramatic mixture of drums, horns, bongos, maracas that you have this sense that something big and emotional is about to happen. And Marc Anthony instantly delivers it by belting out the song title repetitively and methodically, giving you a new distinctive sound for an angel in pain. In my English, non-Spanish speaking brain, Agua Nile clearly meant Dear God at this point. Even though I didn't know what it meant, Marc Anthony's particular and recognizable pain in this intro made me feel like he could only be speaking to God. He had transcended language from his powerful singing of one word. As he continues with the next couple of lines, the movie begins to translate the words, and I realize I was right. He was right. I pause, rewind, and Google the word Aquanile. Aquanile is a Yoruba word, a language from Nigeria, West Africa. OMG, I was right again. I knew as an African American I could innately recognize great and powerful sounds. Who knew he was speaking my language the entire time? Marc Anthony, playing one role in one movie, singing one word, made me want to grow up and want to be queen, not princess, learn more about Spanish history, music, and language, as well as set clear my life image of beauty. The awkward is the new sexy when compounded with talent, intelligence, and confidence. Luckii. The movie is 12 years old and the song is even older. Why is Marc Anthony Artist of the Week on a Monday in August 2018? Did you listen to any of the above? It's simple. Marc Anthony, along with being the current reigning king of salsa, is still the new school classic. He makes classic music, sings songs in an only classic way, and his voice is still instantly recognizable as a current classic. The man is bad. I could watch him and listen to him at any point of my life and still remember clearly where I was, what I was doing, how I was feeling when I heard or saw him. He's iconic, legendary, and timeless. When I decided I wanted a Spanish music artist earlier this week for Music Mondays, I instantly chose Marc Anthony and Aquanile. But I was unsure if you would like this choice because it's not a current song. So I reached out to my family that is beautifully mashed up with several different nationalities. Shout out to my god sister, Keisha Stevens Sarita, and my uncle Tony for pointing me into great directions. And I asked them if they knew of any current Spanish artists and songs that they thought were great. They both pointed me in directions that led to Marc Anthony. I was blessed to hear even more classic and current music from him that I hadn't heard, re-solidifying his spot as this week's Music Mondays Artist of the Week. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, follow. Visit www.luckylefty.com for the full story if you want to read the full story. And you can follow me on all social media at Luckii Lefty, Luckii Lefty. And all the links will be in the bottom of this description.